Wow. Okay. So we've got some pretty wild stuff to dig into today.
Yeah, you're kidding. It's a lot.
We've got these two incidents that happened recently, and well, they really have a lot of people talking.
I can imagine.
First, you got that Tesla Cybertruck explosion in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Totally nuts, right? And then there's that truck attack down in New Orleans, happened right on New Year's Day.
Jeez.
And the thing that's really got everyone going is that in both of these cases, the guys responsible were both U.S. Army veterans. And what's even weirder is they both spent time at Fort Bragg.
Yeah, that's definitely caught some attention for sure.
It was recently renamed Fort Liberty, but yeah, that connection is
Interesting.
super interesting. So in this deep dive, let's try and figure out what happened in these incidents and what we know so far.
Okay, sounds good. It's like everyone's trying to put together a puzzle, but we're not even sure all the pieces belong in the same box yet.
Exactly. It's a good way to put it. Let's start with the Cybertruck explosion in Vegas. This Tesla Cybertruck, it was packed with explosives and blew up right outside of Trump's hotel.
Oh, wow.
7 bystanders were hurt.
Damn.
And the guy behind it, this guy named Matthew Livelsberger, he's an active duty Green Beret.
Now that's something you don't hear every day. The Green Berets are special forces, right? They're the elite.
Oh, yeah.
They go through intense training and they're experts in unconventional warfare. So to have one of them involved in something like this,
It definitely raises some eyebrows.
for sure.
And here's another weird thing. The explosives, they weren't exactly what you'd expect.
What do you mean?
It was like firework mortars and camp fuel canisters. Not exactly military-grade stuff.
Huh. That's strange. So that makes you wonder about his intentions, right? Was he trying to make a statement or something?
Right? It's really hard to tell. And then Elon Musk came out and said the explosion started in the truck bed itself, not from the vehicle itself.
Okay, so the truck's systems weren't compromised or anything.
All right, exactly. And get this, the Cybertruck wasn't even his.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he rented it through Turo, that app.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Rented it in Colorado. And now the FBI is investigating a house in Colorado Springs that seems to be connected to Livelsberger.
Wow. So there are a lot of moving pieces here.
Definitely a lot of threads to untangle.
It'll be fascinating to see what comes out of that Colorado investigation.
Right, for sure.
Mm.
Okay, so let's switch gears for a second and talk about that truck attack in New Orleans.
Yeah, that was awful.
New Year's Day, the French Quarter is totally packed with people celebrating.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this guy, Shamsuddin Bahar Jabbar, he plows a truck right into the crowd.
Jeez.
Killed at least 15 people.
That's just terrible. It's eerily similar to those other vehicle attacks we've seen all over the world.
Yeah, where people just use vehicles as weapons.
Exactly. It's a scary thought. And in this case, they think Jabbar wasn't working alone.
Makes it even scarier to think about.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing. Jabbar, he was a U.S. Army veteran, 42 years old. And guess what? He also spent time at Fort Bragg.
Wow. Just like Livelsberger.
Yep. So we've got these two seemingly separate incidents, but they've got these weird similarities with the military background and Fort Bragg.
It's hard not to try and connect the dots.
Right. Makes you wonder if it's just a coincidence.
Yeah. Right now, investigators are saying they haven't found any direct connection between them, and they don't think these guys even knew each other.
So is it possible that it's just random chance that these two guys with similar backgrounds both did these horrific things?
It's possible. I mean, Fort Bragg, it's huge. It's trained tons of soldiers over the years.
Yeah, it's a major hub for airborne and special operations forces.
Right. So it's tempting to jump to conclusions, but we really need to wait for the investigations to play out.
It's true. We can't just connect the dots without having the full picture, right?
Exactly.
So the big question here is, are these just isolated incidents, or are we seeing a pattern here?
That's what we need to figure out.
Yeah.
Is there something bigger going on that we're not seeing? Are there trends that are leading to these kinds of events?
And if there are, can we understand what's motivating these guys so we can prevent this from happening again?
Those are the questions that need to be answered.
This is definitely a story that's going to keep developing, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
We'll have to wait and see what comes out of these investigations. It's really heavy stuff,
It is?
but in the meantime, it's definitely something to think about. What do you think about all this? What jumps out at you? Let us know.
Yeah.
And until next time, stay informed and stay curious.
And be safe out there.
Yes, exactly. Be safe.